We want to get to what we mentioned right at the beginning of our newscast, that breaking news out of Utah County. The Utah County Sheriff's Office responding to a plane crash on the south side of SR 73 near Cedar Fort. That is on the west side of Utah Lake, the northwest side to be exact. We have Sergeant Spencer Cannon on the phone right now. And Sergeant, thank you for joining us. What do you know? We understand it was 10 o'clock this morning that someone saw something?
Yes, we got a call a little after 10 this morning that witnesses saw an airplane in flames go down near Cedar Fort, about a mile off of State Road 73. We do have people on scene there, and we're doing an investigation now, try to verify the number of occupants in the airplane and where it came from, but we're in the early stages of this, and we don't know a whole lot right now. We believe we have identified where the plane is from, but not necessarily where it came from, if that makes sense. But we're trying to verify that and find out how many occupants there were and where they're from, and start letting family members know what has happened here.
Do you have any information that you can release to us as far as what you know about the pilot? Anything you can tell us, or how many people you think were on board?
Well, the only thing I can tell you for sure is there was one person on board, and that would have at least been the pilot. And we don't, it's a small plane. It does have the capacity of carrying multiple passengers, but still it's a small plane.
Okay.
And Sergeant, I was just reading between the lines, which is always dangerous, but it sounds like when you're talking about notifying family, it sounds like you haven't found any survivors at the scene.
It's a pretty bad crash. I don't want to confirm anything quite yet because I haven't gotten anything official. The conditions were pretty bad out here. It's starting to clear up a little bit right now, but we're getting people on scene, and it took us a while even to verify, be able to get a good look at the inside of the plane, and so I haven't gotten official word yet on what they have found, and so I don't want to make comment on that until I know for sure.
And what does it tell you as far as the circumstances as to how this plane went down, with witnesses reporting that they saw flames before the plane had even crashed?
Yeah, it seems pretty clear that you could probably assume there may have been some kind of a mechanical problem. Don't know anything about what the nature of that mechanical problem might have been, but we do have a debris field that's maybe as much as a mile long. And for that to happen, you either have to have a plane that would slide and skid on impact, or come apart in the air and then debris fall along that flight path as it's coming down. So we have a pretty big area that we're going to be looking at. We just haven't been able to get to all of that yet, obviously.
Did any air traffic towers have any communication with this plane? Were there any distress calls that went out?
Not that I'm aware of. We do know that the folks up Salt Lake area told us that they did have this missing, or that whether that meant that they lost it off radar or what. But anyway, they had been aware of the plane and then had lost it anyway. So. They were aware of that. That is not how we got the call. We got the call from witnesses out here, but we're trying to put these puzzle pieces together with that information and what witnesses have seen and what we're finding on the scene as well.
And what you said at the outset, that you know where the plane is from, like its home airport, but you're not sure where it was flying from. That's what I understood. So
yeah,
was it a Utah plane?
Should have been a little more clear on that. Yeah. I'm not going to comment on where it's from. We know who the owner is and where that owner address is on the registry, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything as far as who was in the plane or where it's based. An owner can be in northern Maine, and the plane can be based out of Southern California. So that's all the stuff we're trying to follow up on right now.
And was the crash area anywhere near I understand there's a landing strip or small airport at Cedar Fort. Was it anywhere near that?
No, it was not. It was about probably 4 miles away from that. This is not the kind of plane that would typically fly out of that airport anyway. The airplanes that fly out of the Cedar Valley Airport are typically the kind that would be pulling gliders or people jumping out of airplanes.
Was this a larger plane?
Larger than what you would typically find, but it's still classified as a small plane.
A single engine, double, or twin engine?
I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
Okay.
All right. Sergeant Spencer Cannon, thank you so much for talking with us. We'll let you continue on with the investigation, but we appreciate you taking some time out for us. Thanks.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you.
And we'll continue to cover this story, of course. We'll pass along any new news during this hour, and you can always check our website, fox13now.com.